Robert Harding Whittaker, an American plant ecologist, in 1972 has described three terms for measuring biodiversity over spatial scales. He measured the biodiversity as alpha diversity, beta diversity, and gamma diversity. Before we discuss about these three terms, let us look at the picture. Here, there are, this is a region, a mountain region, and in this region, you can see four different kinds of ecosystems. Here it is mountain ecosystem, and it is a transitional zone where some mm, tree regions like forest region is there, and this is another region where there is a pond or there is a water body, and some plants are there. This is another ecosystem, and here a grassland ecosystem. So there are four ecosystems are present in this region. Let us now discuss the three terms what Whittaker has explained to us. First one is alpha diversity. Alpha diversity is nothing but diversity within a particular area or ecosystem, and it usually expressed by number of species. Look at here. This is a grassland ecosystem, and whatever the number of different species present in this area is called as alpha diversity. That means any ecosystem, whether it is pond or a grassland or a marine or any ecosystem, the number of species present in that particular ecosystem, we can define it as alpha diversity. Now, moving on to the second type of ecosystems explained by Whittaker is beta diversity. That means it is species diversity between the ecosystem. Species diversity between the ecosystem. Let me be very clear. This is, we have seen four different ecosystems here, right? See, this is a grassland ecosystem, and this is, there is a river ecosystem, river, and there is some plants are also there. So this number of species diversity between any of these two ecosystems, be it grassland or this one, be it grassland or this forest, be it forest or mountain, any between the species diversity between any two ecosystems is called as beta diversity. Let me give you an example. See, let us take two habitats or ecosystems, and we will see the birds in that two ecosystems. Here I am taking forest habitat or forest ecosystem and a dry land habitat, and I wanted to list the birds present in these two ecosystems. In forest habitat, out of 10, 9 birds are there, and in dryland habitat, out of these 9, only 4 are present. So, what is the difference between these two ecosystems? That is, the birds, different of species present in these two ecosystems is nothing but 5. So, the beta diversity of these two ecosystems is 5. So it is the variation of the species composition between two habitats or regions. So it takes into account the alpha diversity of the habitats and the number of unique species on each habitat. In this example, there are 5 unique species that are present in a forest habitat: the vulture, hornbill, thrush, peacock, owl, and orioles. These are the unique species present in this forest habitat, and they are not seen in dryland habitat. So the beta diversity, we can say that it is 5. Okay, so this is what beta diversity means. Moving on to the third type of diversity, that is gamma diversity. Gamma diversity, it is, this is the another level of diversity. We can, because it is, we are discussing about the spatial, on spatial scales. So gamma diversity, it is the measure of the overall number of species within a region. So this region, whatever the species present in this region, there are many ecosystems are present in this, but overall um, biodiversity or species richness of this complete region, we can take it in, we can call it as the gamma diversity. As we have earlier discussed, biodiversity or biological diversity is the sum of all the different species of plants, animals, fungi, microorganisms that live on earth, including the various ecosystems in which they live. Okay, this biodiversity is usually explored in three levels. The first level is genetic diversity, second level is species diversity, and third level is ecosystem diversity, or you can call it as ecological diversity. So we can explore the biological diversity in three levels, or in three different levels, that is genetic diversity, species diversity, and ecological diversity. Now we will see these three levels one after the other. The first one, genetic diversity. Genetic diversity or genes are the basic units of all life on earth. We all know that genes are the basic units of all life on earth. These genes are responsible for both the similarities and the differences between organisms. So any variation in genetic information between species, as well as the variations between individuals of the same species. So there are, between species, we can see uh, variations, and within the species also we will see variations. Look at here, this is one species, the mango species, but there are many varieties, so there are many variations in same species. Look at, there's a we will see so many varieties of mangoes in our market, right? Banginipalli, Alfonsa, Totapari, or there are so many varieties. That means in within the species also there are many variations. You will look at here, these are bell peppers. There are different variations even in the single species. Look at these. These are fine. You can. These are fine examples of genetic diversity. Uh, the even the dogs, there are different varieties like Pomeranian, Labradors, etc., etc. Even in human beings, um, one region to other, or there are so many variations in the human beings also. So this is what the genetic diversity is all about. Moving on to the next, species diversity. Species diversity means variety of species within a habitat or region. Okay, if you take a region or if you take an ecosystem, variety of species present in that particular habitat. For example, if you take a pond, you will see different types of fishes and different types of aquatic plants and frogs, and there are benthic organisms. Even so many species are present in pond. If you take a tree or forest ecosystem, you'll find so many different species, like a forest can be a habit. be a home for lions or tigers and deers and many kinds of plants and birds, and if there are water bodies, there are fishes are present, so snakes. So there are number of species present in that particular forest area. So this is called as species diversity. Next diversity, next level of diversity is called as ecological diversity. That means variety of ecosystem in an area. If you take an area, uh, there will be different types of ecosystem present. Okay, so if look at this picture, there you can see these are a dry area and this is dry land ecosystem, and a river is flowing. So here one a riverine ecosystem is present, and this is it's a forest, and forest ecosystem is seen here, and this is dry mountains. Here another type of ecosystem will be seen, and this is snow-clad mountains, and another type of ecosystem will be present here. So in this particular area, there you can see a number of different types of ecosystems. So this is called as ecological diversity. Even if you look at this picture, there is a river here, and this is an ecosystem, and this is a grassland, this is an ecosystem, and these are mountains. Some type of ecosystem is existing here. There is a forest, and forest type of ecosystem is present here. So different types of ecosystems, variety of ecosystems present in this area. So this diversity is called as ecological diversity.